Over the years, my wife and I have shot a lot of animals from homemade tree stands. And I've had a bunch of people ask me how I make them. So I thought I'd put together a little video to show exactly how they're made and also how to put them up. So there's a lot of effort that goes into building one of these things and putting it up. So usually I don't put up a wooden homemade stand until I've hung a metal one there or bought one and I know that it's a pretty good spot. And then I'll invest the time and the effort to put in a wooden one. One of the really nice things about these homemade wooden tree stands is that they're bigger and they're absolutely solid, so they don't make any sound. And they're just really quite comfortable to hunt out of, especially compared to some of the small little ones that you buy. This means that it's easier to hunt longer and to hunt harder from these stands than sitting in one of those little metal stands. This is a list of all the things that you're going to need to buy or have on hand to build the tree stand. I haven't included some obvious things like wood screws, a hammer, wrenches, things like that. You're going to need two 12-foot 2x4s treated and one 16-foot 1x6 decking treated or equivalent. You need 12 feet and then you need another 4 feet of decking. You don't need a cat. For tools and other things that you might have to buy, you need a 3/8 drill bit, a 5/16 drill bit, pencil, measuring tape, a skill saw, a drill, a miter saw. You need at least 4 12-inch common nails, 4 12-inch spiral nails. You need a couple of 3.5 to 4-inch bolts with washers and nuts, and then you'll need 1 to 2 cans of spray paint to camouflage the thing once you're done. The first thing to make is the main supports for the tree stand. You cut one of the 12-footers at 43 inches and another length at 56 inches. 43 inches. And then 56 on the other side. You then cut the same two lengths out of the other 12-foot 2x4. So you end up with 2 sections of 43 inches and 2 sections of 56 inches. You next put one of the 43-inch 2x4s on top of the 56-inch 2x4s and measure 3.5 inches from the end, and then drill a 3/8 hole through both 2x4s. 3.5-inch bolt, you can use 4-inch too with a Loctite nut on the end of it, 3 washers. One washer in. As you can see, I should have used a 4-inch bolt because I didn't quite have enough room to put on my 3rd washer. But I did have a Loctite nut, so that made it okay. Next, use a couple of wrenches to tighten the bolt up. You want to get it really nice and tight so that the two pieces don't slide very easily against one another. That's important when you're trying to set the tree stand up. The trick is you want to get it tight enough so that when you're up in the tree, it'll hold. It won't hold in position, so it's not quite tight enough. I need to make it a little bit tighter. That's good. So those are the main supports for your tree stand. The smaller piece is 43, the bigger piece is 56. Now you want to cut about 4 pieces, each a foot long. And you use these to put on these main beams to act as extra support when you nail or drill the main beams into the tree. It also helps keep the main beams flush to the tree. 4 pieces. Now you want to screw these pieces on, one like that, and then one like that, like so. And you take the other piece and you put it on the back side. And you do the same thing. So that's what it looks like when the one piece is done. And you put those pieces on so that when you put it in the tree, you have a nice 3-inch thickness there. So then you just do the same thing for the other one. That's the second one. There's a left side and a right side when you put this up. You want the platform, this is the platform here, and you want it to be the widest. So this is the right side and the other side is the left side. So it's good to mark it. Now we're going to just drill holes in here, 2 holes in each one, and that's what the big nails are going to hold the stand onto the tree. You want the holes about 3.5 inches apart from one another and in the middle of the 1-foot section. So measure in from each side 4¼ inches and then make your hole there. And then you do the same thing on the other side and for the other main beam. So when you're putting the stand up, which we'll show you later, one of these is for the common nail and one of them is for the spiral nail. And obviously on both sides, and that's what you bang into the tree. So the other thing that's important to do is that you got to cut off this piece right here so that this is flat. So I kind of stand it up, try to get it roughly vertical, and then I put a line across there, and then I'll just take a crosscut saw and cut it off. Okay, now we're making the seat. So you need about, I don't know, 5 feet of treated wood. And first of all, you make the first cut here about 18 inches. So that's the part that goes up against the tree. And then you need to make a part that goes like this. And so it has to be cut 45 degrees on each side. So it has to sit like that and like that. So you need to use a miter saw. And this distance here is 10.5 inches. So this goes up against the tree, this fits in there like that, so you have to do a 45-degree miter, and then you have to do the same on the top side. So it's actually the same direction. You don't have to actually change your miter saw direction. Now we need a piece across the top. So end to end this piece was 10 inches. 10.5 inches. Say that is probably 12 inches. A foot is perfect. That's how it fits together. Now we got to go screw it. So putting the seat together is best done with a vise. And so this is the part that goes up against the tree. And you want about the same amount of distance between this and where it goes in here. So about like that. Tighten it up. And then you want to sink some wood screws in there. I usually turn it around like this and put a shorter screw in from the other side. So that's that side. And you get your seat, stick it on there, like that. And sink some screws down. And then I put one in from this side. And then you just have the back side. You can put some in from the side as well. There you go. We're going to drill some holes in here and down here, and that's how you attach it to the tree. So it sits on the tree like that, and then we put a little seat here. So I use a smaller drill bit for these holes. Looks like about 5/16, and just two of them, a couple inches down from the top. And I attach these to the trees using spiral nails. You could also put a screw in there, a lag bolt of some kind. Yeah, because once you get these nails in, they never come out. So with a bolt, at least if you're drilling it in there, you can move it. But I just do that because I'm lazy. And oh yeah, when you put them in, you want to put a washer on them, like that. So now we're going to cut the seat where you actually sit on. So like this goes up against the tree, and then I just cut two little bits off of a leftover treated piece of wood. You don't want it too wide, right around there. About 12 inches, 11.5 inches wide. So cut two 11.5. Might cut this off here. Got a 12-foot board here, beveled, treated, 1x6 approximately, and I'm going to cut it into 4 sections for the platform of the stand. That's the platform. And that's all you need in terms of lumber. It's all built. And now we just got to put it all together. So this is a list of all the stuff that you need to get into a backpack so you don't forget anything. You can do it by yourself, which I've done lots of times, or it's a lot better if you have 2 people, especially when you're putting the thing up. But first of all, 4 spiral nails. Always take a couple extra in case you drop one. You need 4. These are 12-inch common nails. Another one in there. 5. You need these nails. They're about 6 to 8 inches. 8 inches. That's to put the tree stand or the seat on the tree. So you need 4. Take 6. You need lots of washers. So I don't know. I got a lot. 10. You need a lot of screws. put the platform on and the seat. So I take a lot. These you drop your paint or camoing it. And steps, whatever you're going to use, steps, ladder, climbing sticks, whatever. Saw, very important, you don't forget that. A rope for pulling everything up, and your safety line at the once you got it all done. Some sort of climbing harness. This is what I use because I rock climb, so I have this stuff, but any sort of harness that keeps you attached to the tree is good. Cordless drill. Bring an extra bit, extra drill bit and screw head. And I also bring a level for when you're putting it up to try to get each side as level as possible. Now you got it all in there. No problem.